So welcome back to the Sawmill, friends. That right there was what I got done up here yesterday. And let me show you guys what we're working on this morning. So I had a little bit of concrete left over. I had half a bag, so I mixed it up and went ahead and threw it in the top of this post just to make it stronger. There's a lot of weight pulling on this post right here, especially when the gate opens. That's a 14-footer. And the gate's done. It took me about an hour or so to get it leveled and where I want it. And one person doing that takes longer than two people, of course. I did a lot of that off camera. And I got the latch on there as well. But I'm not swung it open yet because I want this post to sit up in this new concrete we poured this morning. And I want to do this next post, which is going right here. And there's going to be a horizontal brace going from it to that post and a brace wire coming down to give it some more support. That way it doesn't try to pull that way when the gate opens, because it will happen. And if you can brace your post as good as you can and overdo it, it'll pay off in the long run. I've hung a lot of gates, especially at my old property, and I learned the hard way, brace these gates the best you can. I've even put tie wires on them, kind of like light poles coming down on a diagonal. And I'm not against doing on this one either. But we'll see how it goes once we get this done. So this is the next hole going in right here. Like I said, we'll have some braces going that way. And then we're going to go this way. That's 110 feet all the way down there to that stake. I can't do a straight run on this entire field because it kind of zigzags a little, but that's okay. And this is the start of it right here. And since we're going to be pulling the gate from this direction as well, it's going to be pulling this post this way kind of with the gate and that way with the pull. Since there's going to be so much tension on this corner, I'll probably do a double brace right here just to be safe. No big deal, just an extra post, and it's good insurance. So let's warm up the bomba light and get going. And I'll tell you what, guys, I've had this mini skid steer for just about 1.5 years now, and I've used it to move logs with, sawdust, dirt, lumber, all kinds of stuff, and it does good. But I think an auger on the front of it may be the best use for a mini skid steer. I've dug a lot of holes on tractors, looking behind you and in front of you. And this one right here is hard to beat, guys. As you can see, everything right in front of you, and it makes it go really fast. This machine's really versatile, but I think that might be the best attachment you can put on one. Works really good. And in the last video, somebody asked about the mini skid steer. Their questions were, where's it made and what kind of engine? Made in Canada, and it's got a Kubota diesel. Hard to beat a Kubota engine, guys. They're hard to beat. All right, guys, here's where we're at. I just finished up this other post. So now, probably tomorrow, we can come in here and put our horizontal braces up. This will be my double brace right here. And our pull wire. I think that's called a pull wire. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Look over me. And this corner will be done. And we'll need to do the same thing way down there on the other corner. And then, we walk over here. We're on Mr. Bomb-A-Lot. We got 8 more posts to drill every 10 feet. And then this run right here, which is 110 feet, will be complete. And then we'll change directions down there and go at an angle and kind of zigzag down there by the creek. And somebody asked me, why are you doing all wooden posts? Well, that's what the wife wants. She don't like T-post. She wants this to be all wooden posts up here around the perimeter. And she makes a lot of decisions around here, so I gotta keep her happy. And at the end of the day, I think it looks pretty good. And another question I see in a lot of the videos, or comments rather, why are you using concrete? Why not just tamp the soil down? You're wasting money on concrete. So here's my strategy, and this is the way I've always done it when building fence. All my gate posts and my corner post, I've always set them in concrete, either mix it up or do a dry pour. And my line post, which are those 8 posts that's not been installed yet, right down through there, I'll tamp those in. I probably won't concrete those unless it's really soft or something down through there. But this right here has got a lot of rock in it, a lot of slate. It's a lot rockier than I thought. But I understand what you mean. Tamping in is just fine. But I like to put a little extra security in there, or insurance rather, that sounds better. And throw some concrete in there, because concrete ain't expensive. That's about $4 a bag. And if I just do my corner post and my gate post with concrete, it's not a significant amount of money as far as this project goes when you look at how much the whole thing's going to cost me. And how much is the whole thing going to cost me? Guys, I'm not sure yet, but I think I need about 200 posts up here. I think the post, just by themselves, will be about $2,000. When you throw in the gates, the hardware, this is 5 acres, probably 5,000, something like that. When we get done with this sometime between now and the end of the year, hopefully sooner than later though. I hope to have this done before summertime gets here, we can get the barn going. But when we do get it finished, I'll let you guys know exactly how much everything costs. As far as the barn goes, we're going to do pressure treated posts on all the corners, of course. Store-bought trusses, probably from a local manufacturer of trusses, either wood or metal, I'm not sure. And then sawmill lumber for everything else. A lot of poplar and a lot of pine. And my goodness, guys, you talked about good weather today. Actually, the past 2 days. Yesterday it was in the 60s, and today it's almost 70 degrees. That's pretty nice for the end of February. Hard to beat. All right, guys, I am done for the day, and we'll head up to the house, put my tools up, get cleaned up, and have dinner. I think we're having chicken fajitas tonight, if I remember right. Yeah, chicken fajitas. Really looking forward to that. So guys, in closing here, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you guys back here on the next video. And we are going to get back to the sawmill sooner than later. I need to saw some sassafras for some fencing boards over here near the gate. And I'll explain that on the next video. You guys hang in there. Thanks for watching.